Wish me luck. I'm going into Chase. Okay, $1,000 of checks is on the way. They need to hold it for, she figured it would take about a day. And then my access is I have to walk in to go withdraw money, and I have to walk in to deposit money because they didn't give me an ATM card because I'm under 18, but not a huge deal. So my funds, I will have access to them hopefully soon, assuming none of the checks bounce too. That'd be unfortunate, but I'm excited. That'll be good. I don't actually need access to them yet, but I wanted to know that I could get access to my checks if I needed to, because as of now I'm just gonna keep that in a savings account, or just keep it stored. So if you remember yesterday's rant about the comments and YouTube channel and whatever, I was last night uploading a video, and instinctively I was going to click on the comments to read and be like, oh man, people think I'm amazing, or oh man, people hate me. And I was like, dude, no. So I didn't even touch it. I didn't read any comments last night. That was like a normal nightly routine. And bro, I think my life is gonna get better from eliminating that. No, I'm gonna have other problems, obviously, but I don't know, it was something like last night, it just clicked in my mind. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Almost like a big brother looking over his little brother being like, dude, just stop being dumb. Because now I have no pressure. There's no pressure, I don't see what people are saying, so I don't care what they're saying, because I don't see it. And the thing is, it doesn't matter. And I think that's the key. That's why it's so important. But anyway, so I'm also not going to be prioritizing filming everything. I'm going to prioritize this channel more as a document to myself, because it's okay, cool. People say I'm whatever, I'm amazing. Not really. I'm still broke. I don't really know how to do business. Still fit 17. I don't know what I'm doing. Give it a few years, and then I can focus on making a personal brand and build the channel. If this channel grows from me just posting, basically just documenting my journey, heck, I'm not going to complain if it grows. But if it doesn't, I'm also completely okay with that, because right now it's just having my focus, I slowly see how important having a singular focus is, and how rare you find somebody that's singularly focused. You just move so much quicker when your only focus is to do one task and to do it well and to learn all its intricacies, and become skilled. And I wouldn't say I have a singular focus. I have a direction that I'm focused. So I'm doing different businesses, taking different jobs, but for the most part, I'm just focused on work. I'm focused on learning and building and becoming better and bettering my situation. So there's focus in that sense, but I'm not singularly focused with the service that I'm providing, which I know there's a lot of power in doing. What I'm doing is obviously working okay, because I'm making decent money, but I know there's power in picking one specific problem to solve and becoming good at it. I don't know. And maybe this is just because I'm young, because I don't really know what I want to do. So far, weeding is just not something I can see myself doing in very long. And I knew that before I even started, is that weeding was just something to get my feet on the ground. And guess what? I made good money. I was making over $100 a day doing it. But now I'm in a better position, tool-wise. Just ability to solve problems is much higher with having a truck, being able to get around. So I can sell other services, and I'm hoping to not really take any more weeding if possible, and do more handyman stuff. Maybe if somebody needs their front yard cleared out. Part of the problem with weeding, so I ran into this yesterday. This customer, they had me come and weed for 3 hours. The problem is, it was the husband that showed me what to do. I think it was typically the wife's, maybe, I don't know, I think it was typically the wife's responsibility to take care of it, so she kind of knows what the drill is. The husband didn't really have very clear instruction for me, and I hate, that's really, really hard for me to do, because one, I feel like I'm just not doing anything productive. I don't know what the customer wants. And it wasn't bad, it was just, I just didn't feel like I knew exactly what needed to be done. And because of that, it makes me like hesitant to move forward and more inefficient. When you know exactly what needs to be done and what the customer wants, there's no hesitancy, there's no like tiptoeing. I just know what needs to be done and I go and do it. With this situation, and I think part of it was the customer didn't really know what he wanted exactly, but he wasn't necessarily in a position that he wanted to give me creative freedom to just do whatever I wanted. Because like if somebody throws me their lawn or their house and says like, make this look good, and they say, I don't care what you do, I just want you to make it look good, I can take that and I can do some good improvements. If they take it and say, I want this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, they have a big, like a list of exactly what they need, I can take that and I can do well. If the customer doesn't give me the creative freedom to like, you decide and make it look nice, if they don't give me that and they don't tell me exactly what needs to be done, then I'm like, well, do I just like go off my judgment? Do you want me to come and talk to you every time I have a question? And really what I gotta do is, when I'm in a situation like that, figure out like, what do I need to do to communicate with this customer and really understand what they want. Maybe they don't know what they want, but I can ask the questions until they do, until they have a good idea of what needs to happen. So that's like, that was my only problem. So like yesterday's jobs, I had 2. The first one, completely clear on what I needed to do. Customer was super happy. I knew what I needed to do. I just cleared it out. I asked, a few questions like, hey, do you want me to spray weed killer to keep the weeds and the pavers from growing back? And she was like, oh yes, do you have some? Absolutely. So I was like, okay, I know what to do there. And I think she knew what she wanted. I think that alone just helps a lot. If the customer knows what they want, they can just tell me what needs to be done. And they can make a decision quickly, because like I'm saying with the job yesterday, the second job of the day, I would go to the customer and ask him if it needs to be pulled, and he didn't really know if he wanted it pulled or not. And that makes it really hard for me. Like, I'm happy to decide what needs to be, what should be there and what shouldn't. But they have to be like, yeah, go ahead and decide. And I've had that situation a few times, and those are my least favorite jobs, because I don't really know what needs to be done. I don't know what good looks like. I don't know what they actually want. And so that's definitely something I'll have to work on just asking questions until I have an outline of what I need to do. So let's get this, take a look at this chainsaw. I'm hoping I can talk him down from $50 to like 40. Chainsaw acquired. This is another one of those like, it may or may not work sort of deals. They said it worked fine when they stored it, but that was like, I think she said 10 years ago. So, I mean, I did talk her down to $40. So for $40, I mean, I don't know, I can't complain. We'll see. If I can, hopefully I can get it running. If I can't, maybe I'll just throw it up on Marketplace for $40 and get my money back out of it. The two-stroke machines are pretty simple, so I don't think I'll have too much of an issue getting it going. I'm gonna have to pick up a few things for this chainsaw. Chain oil for sure, a file for sharpening. Oh, dang it. I got the gas already, which is cool, and Yeah, I'd like that stored up there. I think it'd look nice. Or not look nice, I think it'd be really handy, because like, we got my gas tools, and we got the gas, we got the oil. Hopefully the bar oil I can put somewhere along with that. Just everything set up really nicely. That's what I'm shooting for. What am I? Oh yes. Tripping out. Don't even know what's happening. Well, we do need more. Don't want to tighten that too tight. I might throw, it's not gonna hurt to throw a spark plug in. It's a cheap, quick, easy thing to do. Also, that cover's gonna come off. This is the moment where spending $20 on this becomes handy, because now I have what I actually need to do the job. I'm not hunting for it. And that's why I figured buying a set was probably worth it. Even though it's a little more pricey. I knew for a fact at some point I was gonna need a deep well 1/2-inch socket set. I'm still gonna need it. That's okay. Air filter looks chill. Carburetor, I don't like how worn this plastic is. The problem is I don't want to deal with leaks later. This plastic, I've seen it many times, will crack and deteriorate. So I might look in and see if I can get that replaced right away. If it came with like a $15 carburetor package, it's like, okay, $15 we get carburetor. I should see if they have that. Like a whole set would be cool. Okay, this looks like something. I think I'm gonna leave the primer bulb as long as it's doing its job. I thought maybe if it was like all one, I don't know, that I'd take a look at least and see. It's probably gonna be good for a while. If I do end up like flipping this chainsaw, which, I'd just be curious to see what I would be able to get for it if I got it running nice. And be like, new spark plug, good air filter, good XYZ, new chain probably. Because all those points really work well when I'm selling in person. Be like, they're gonna want to undercut what I listed the price, but I'll be like, well, got all these things going for it. It's a good saw. And then be able to get asking for it, or set it a little bit higher, knowing that people are gonna undercut it. But regardless, like, it's just the chainsaw's not too complicated, and so I like it because of that. Let's get a new spark plug. $6, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Okay. Oh, it's on off. Oh yeah. That is nice, and it's very responsive too. I need to tune the string trimmer or figure out why that's not as responsive, but it's fine for now. I'd like to clean both of these up. It's gonna look a little more professional and just, well, be a little bit nicer. Probably not. I think like a pressure washer would probably do it. Spray some soap on there, spray it. Like, it really shouldn't take long. I think there's some for rent somewhere. I'll look into that, I guess. But yeah, I'd be interested to see what this is worth, because it runs good. I gotta get chain oil before I do any cutting. I'd like to get a chain file and then a new chain too, but anyway, that's good. My meeting with my customer for the rototiller is coming up, so I'm gonna go drive over there. Hopefully I can get that running without too many problems. that would be awesome. If I do have problems getting it running, I don't know, maybe I fix it and say, hey, you know, I got this running. Could I just use it for free or something? I don't know. Work out some sort of deal there. But at the very least, we got 2 gas things going. This wasn't even, you know, both of them went really smoothly. For when they sold it. Oh, that's getting oil. Oh shit. So pardon my language. Oil all over everything. See, that would be nice if it was cleaned or mounted up there, but neither of which is really an option right now. Let's put that. Okay, it turns out what I saw previously was not a rototiller but a snowblower, and this customer does not have a rototiller. They thought they did, but they do not. So probably just gonna rent that from whatever tool rental has it. Not a big deal, just a little bit of wasted time driving here is all. I think the next play is get some food. I haven't eaten yet. And then get the top of the truck organized. I would also like to, I should also probably buy some string for the string trimmer and bar oil, probably an extra chain. Yeah, that should be good. I did a little bit of looking into chainsaw prices, and it didn't look like I'd be able to sell mine for very much more than I got it for, so that probably wouldn't make sense for a flipping deal. I mean, like, of course, when I go to sell it, I'll try to make a profit if I can.
Head west on Washington Avenue.
Alright, the 2 big things I want to do here at Lowe's is I want to build this front compartment, and I want to mount the chainsaw out here somewhere. So I think I'll deal with the chainsaw second. To get this compartment made, all I need is a 2x4. I'll buy some more spray paint because I want to touch that up. Yeah, I mean, that should be pretty straightforward. I'll be making a couple trips back and forth, I think, because it's sometimes easier to just figure it out as you complete steps. Coming together. Whoops, that was, I'm not gonna put that in. Oh my, I think it's gonna be nice. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. This is gonna be, oh. My mom was wondering if this was too much weight, but you know, with where I'm positioning it, this rib right here is probably the strongest portion of the whole thing. And I can like almost, I stood on top of this, so it can hold a little bit more weight for sure. Yes, I love this. I love building. I'm kind of looking here. There's some cracks in this paint or fiberglass. I don't think the weight here would crack it here. I'm not really sure. I don't think so. You know, there's a chance I could add support inside if I needed to. I'm just not sure. Like, I didn't inspect it close enough to know if these would be caused. That one isn't. That looks like it's been scraped. I don't know if these would have been caused by weight back here, and I mean, I think possibly. Maybe when I stood up there. I don't know though. I don't know. I'm gonna take some pictures so I know like what exists here. Oh, I guess I could watch back some footage. Could be interesting. I didn't, you know, I'm not, at no point am I looking very closely at this, but, you know, because these aren't really necessarily designed to be built on. But I've specifically looked under here to see if it was sagging, and it hasn't really looked too bad anywhere. So, I don't know. I guess I'll have to see. This is not a night, like, I should be able to get a similar topper for a couple $100 if it were to break. So, I don't know. I mean, I think, that's hard. Like, it seems fairly possible that that was caused by me standing on here. And, you know, I don't know. Because, like, I'm not sure why it would form in this location. Because it seems like it would form where the weight is more than anything. So I don't really know. But it's not a huge deal either way. As long as it doesn't leak, I'll know quickly. It hasn't rained in ages, but I'll know when it rains. I'll know quickly if it leaks. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I got this strapped down because it's a little lighter. Gas tanks, I don't think there's no way for them to go anywhere. Because even if they'd have to bounce that high and then out. I've been thinking about this crack. I mean, if it gets worse, I can most certainly silicone it and then put reinforcing members inside here pretty easily, like literally a bar there, and then a stud running down to the truck there, the other side, and then one here, one there, one there, one there. So it'd probably be like, oh, I don't know, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 18 bucks in lumber. And then I will need to silicone any potential damage. I mean, I just don't. So I think part of the thing is with this, with engineering this, I think what I need to think about too is that when I'm driving, this weight's bouncing around. Because right now, like, I can stand up there and it supports all of my weight in addition to all this pretty easily. But when I'm like driving around and bouncing, I think could put on additional strain. I'm not sure if it's necessary to put in. I should watch some videos back and see if this is here before I started, because it might be okay. If that was there before, then I didn't cause it, and then I don't think the weight is an issue. Because it really doesn't seem like it is an issue. Good news. These cracks were here before I had any weight on it, so the cracks are not an indication that I have too much weight. I mean, like I said, it didn't really seem like it was too much weight, because I've been able to stand up there and it just doesn't feel like it's too much weight. Like, and maybe at some point I would put some reinforcing in here anyway. If I were to stay in here until it gets cold, putting that like framing I was talking about in, so like 1 member, 2 member, and then like running up along here, along there, back there, there, would actually be pretty nice. And then I could put like foam insulation, and if I wanted to, even put another like layer of flexible, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like laminated wood almost, kind of like an 1/8 sheet of plywood, so it's very flexible, and then you can screw into framing. But anyway, that all is well. For now, you know, I'll keep an eye on the thing and see if it, you know, kind of watch and make sure I'm not damaging anything. But since, you know, this was here, I watched a video and it's like, I was like, man, it kind of looks like it, but then I found a frame that was like exactly 3 cracks that run exactly like that. So happy with that. Now I gotta mount the chainsaw. Everything there looks awesome, and I'll be able to clear out my back seat a ton. Turns out my chainsaw leaks gas, which is why sometimes I like buying new stuff, like that drill, for example. But guess I'm gonna pull it apart and see. Just old stuff breaks. It doesn't last. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm not sure. It's probably just a little gas line. choke. Oh, well that'll do it. I have an entire... This line is just disconnected. Unless I pulled that apart. Oh, dang it. I don't know if I might have just pulled that off right now, or it was disconnected previously. I mean, it doesn't seem like... It wasn't leaking when I originally got it, so I mean, it would make sense if it came off. Really probably need new fuel lines. A new carb kit would not hurt. Oh yeah. That doesn't even... Oh, holy cow. Wow. Just looking at this fuel line, it's split. It's literally split all the way down. That's terrible. Okay, they don't have it in any of the auto parts stores. I called an Ace Hardware that's like 20 minutes away. They do have it. It's kind of a specialty hose because it's so small. And there's also, I didn't realize this, but I have two different sizes. I have a larger inner diameter and a smaller inner diameter. But this Ace Hardware has a pack that has both size lines. Looks like it'll be perfect for this. So that's good. This bulb, I mean, I'm just gonna hope it works. If it breaks, I can actually probably splice the lines together and bypass the bulb and just pull the thing a lot. I think that would work, but anyway, I don't know. Hopefully the bulb will be fine. Okay, the next play is Harbor Freight. We need a few things for this chainsaw. Hopefully, I'm not sure actually if they'll have it, but I would like to get a new chain just because it'll be handy. Oil, bar oil. Man, I think that's everything for that'll be everything for the chainsaw. We got the earmuffs already, which, again, lucky find with the customer giving that to me. Oh, Harbor Freight, my budget friend. I don't know. Felt like there was more to that song. Felt like I was going into the chorus, like the climax of the song, but there is actually no climax, and so, oh man, I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. If you ever get string for this, for a string trimmer, this part that you pull out of the head typically tells you the different sizes you can put in it. So I can put 0.095 or 0.065 or 0.08. 0.095 is it's the heaviest duty. I think that's what I'll go for. Or like the thickest. It's the thickest one. I don't know the pros and cons to the different sizes though.
We ain't got it, boss. What are we looking for? String?
Yeah, oh yeah, I got a list.
We ain't got it.
What?
We ain't got it. No, we ain't.
Oh dude, I was like, you literally full blown put me, like, I was tripping. I was like, what?
It's 09 all the way down on the right.
I appreciate you. Oh. They're messing with my mind. That's funny. I love a good joke. As does happen, I walk in with looking for one thing, and I come out with plenty of goodies, but they're all things I was feeling that I wanted anyway. So, handsaw, I'm gonna use this for various things. I mean, I can cut some limbs if I need to. I don't know what's gonna come up, but I can use it to chop off this really easy. Save me time from like pulling everything apart and then using the skill saw. So this will be good to just help, especially with how weak the skill saw is. So for $8, this is for my tree trimming jobs. This will help me break up the branches and put them in bags. It just will good to a 1.5 inch, I believe, cutting diameter. So that's sweet. We got bar oil for the chainsaw. I saw this and I was like, well, 15 bucks. The beauty of this is that I know for a fact when I start working under the hood or under like on other stuff, I'm gonna need to get in places and I'm not gonna have the right length extensions, etc., etc. So for 15 bucks, what I'm basically doing is buying future time. And between these, like I have adapters so I can adapt down and up and over. So this set will pretty much get me every length I will ever need. So I thought that was worth it because I do see myself, like even something like spark plugs can be kind of a pain to get in. So you can use, you know, this extension, especially because of the groove, you can angle it, whatever. Square, I've been wanting this for just everything here so I can square things better, make better cuts because I can actually draw a line all the way across. You know, basically just another thing on top of framing. And then we got the string trimmer line for obvious reasons. And then boom. Oh yeah, I also got this. And I was like, okay, for 10 bucks, I get a carry-out tool caddy, which I'll start populating and filling with items. Definitely, Harbor Freight's definitely cheaper than Lowe's and stuff. But on the same token, I haven't had time to shop at Harbor Freight because I've been, you know, because I'll work during the day till like 6 p.m. and I think they might close at 6. And so it's like I truly don't have time to shop there. But today I did. It's definitely a more budget-friendly option if I can make it. Their selection is smaller. So there's like pros and cons because Lowe's has a lot more building materials. Their selection is larger. There's several things that makes Lowe's a more attractive option. And then Harbor Freight is the cheapest. That's probably its primary attractive option. And I think at this point it's like I'm making a good amount of money. I have been anyway. And it's more the time that I've been lacking, which taking today off has been sick because I get basically full 16 hours to make stuff happen, and so far I've done a lot today. Next stop, chainsaw gas line. I am working the system. Remember that swivel I picked up off the ground? I'm using it now, but unfortunately I am a little bit tool short for this, and that's where some of the stuff I buy throughout, like everything, it pays off later. Like if I had the right tools, this repair would be a lot easier. I'm still not sure how I'm gonna. Mainly it's fishing the gas lines where they need to be. I have quite the explosion of tools going on, or just everything. I like that a lot. So now we have it hooked on. Now we can feed this through pretty easy. I think the play is to do it like, how do we want to do that? Take the flag part off. Oh yes, it's going. Okay, I figured out, oh man, a little bit. I got an idea of how I want to solve this. We're making it, I think. Oh no, we lost it. I can safely say that sucked. That was not a fun task. I got both lines through though, which is what needed to happen. I probably should throw a new fuel filter in at some point, but honestly, for now, that should be okay. Yay tight. It's coming together, I mean, slowly but surely. I also picked up a chain tool for adjusting this set screw, and then also taking the chain on and off and adjusting it. So that'll be very handy. Oh yeah, the other thing I got is I got a new blade, or a new I don't know what it's called, but and then also a chain comes with that. Figured, I don't know, I was gonna buy a chain anyway, so threw on 20 bucks, get a new thing. Should be snappy. Got some bar oil. The new blade is looking good. Huh. Perfect. That chain might be a little on the tight side, but I'll adjust that. When I actually need it, I'll start looking at, feeling out what feels like it's cutting the best. I also have a chain sharpener too, because that inevitably is going to become something that I want to do. Hey, a few changes. I figured out where I want the chainsaw, and that's like, you know, it's like that's where I want it. That's a nice spot. It's next to all the gas. That black container now contains everything chainsaw and string trimmer related. So we got the oil, we got extra string, we got bar oil, and I'm sure there's something else, but oh yeah, the chain tool, everything we need there, which is, I mean, I think that's perfect. I'll just keep adding stuff in there as I need different supplies for these machines, which I shouldn't need too much else. An extra chain for the chainsaw could be nice, but you know, between the file and everything, I might be okay. Okay, that's sick. Right now, I'm gonna take the saw, lob off these extra parts. I'm gonna need to take this frame part off, lob that off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and spray paint these parts here, and then the parts that I've cut open. Very good, very good. Once I'm done with that, I'll probably wrap up for the evening. That sucked. Literally every part of that sucked. I hit a nail, it destroyed my saw at the beginning of the thing. The cuts suck. The cuts are terrible, but I don't know. I'll just spray paint it. Alright, I'm building somewhat of a Frankenstein's monster, but we got a chainsaw and a string trimmer, both fully functioning. Extra string for the string trimmer, and extra stuff for the chainsaw, and we got all of our other hand tools. Sweet. I think as the season goes on, depending on what I decide to roll with, I can swap these tools out and keep using the rack for everything. So like, maybe I stop using the chainsaw and I do leaf removal, then I can mount leaf powered backpacks on here, you know, whatever, keep adapting it as it goes. Very happy with that. Got a few things to do tonight. Probably a good idea to grab something to eat. Gotta edit a video and work out. Those are the big ones. Alright, well, I'm gonna hit a workout, maybe get some food. Forget that I need to edit a video all the time, I forget. But probably edit a video and then go to bed. So, see you tomorrow.